Fairy tales and lies is what we were dealing in. Fairy tales and lies. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for episode 3, season 9, RuPaul's Drag Race. Fairy tales and a couple little lies sprinkled in is what we actually dealt in. This whole episode, we ended up dealing with creating a fairy tale princess of your own and a sidekick. And you had to go there, like literally, and then the girls had to act out both parts for the runway. And it was kind of, filmed backstage, and then they put your sidekick up. Real cute how it was done. So Todrick Hall was there, which love Todrick Hall. He is really doing big things. I'm so happy for him. He has like come so far, and it wasn't like a little bit of time because he's been at this for a very long time, but things are really starting to evolve for him. The same way they did for Ru. Like when you think back to Ru back in the day, and then think of like the strides and stuff that Todrick makes, same thing. Todrick, keep on doing your thing, baby. You are turning it out. So Todrick was there, and Cheyenne Jackson was there. Cheyenne Jackson is just fine. Ain't no other way to even put it. He is a beautiful man. He is just pretty. I was like, look at him, honey. Just as pretty as he want to be. Anyway, so they were guest judges. Let's talk about Kimora. Saturn already told y'all what I thought about Kimora. Bitch. She's just bitchy. And she's just coming across so delusional, and just she's surprised. So she's surprised that she ended up on the bottom and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, girl, why is it that you think that you shouldn't be on the bottom? Delusional. See? Lies and fairy tales. Anyway, Trinity actually came right out and told Ru, when, Ru did his little thing around the little room, he was like, listen, I don't appreciate that bitch beating me, honey. I'm going to be the top. I'm going to get that bitch. Talking about Valentina, I was like, whoa, okay. All right, Trinity. I was like, my. There was shade through at Aja this episode about using online internet filters with her pictures, and who was all involved with that? Alexis had something to say. It was Alexis. It was more Alexis, I think, than anybody, because she was in the confessional, and she made a comment about your paint being one way, and then when you get somewhere on a booking or something, and then your paint not being that way, and people being disappointed. I was like, what is all this fucking shade that is? I mean, just like, this is like real shade. Like, it ain't funny, ha shade. It's like shade. But they were getting out about her makeup again and all of that. And then it was kind of a kiki with Aja was like, well, I use my filters, but I think I look the same without my filters. No, mama, you don't look the same without your filters. You don't. But that's what they're there for. I mean, why? If you could put up a picture, if you're going to put up a picture and you want to put up the best picture of you, why the fuck would you put up a picture and you got this available, but you're going to put this? For what? It is what it is. Whatever. They're being shady. I'm like, again, all these judges in this competition, I don't get it. Last I checked, the judges were on the main stage. We got a lot of judges back in the workroom, but whatever. So, let's talk about the bitches that can't sew. Farrah can't sew. Kimora can't sew. Kimora's still talking crazy to me. I pay designers. She just not filtered at all. I pay designers to sew my stuff. Then she went back and forth with Charlie. Charlie, I got $400 on me if you sew my stuff. If you don't sit your motherfucking ass down somewhere, Kimora. She decides she's going to be Tarzan's other wife. So you're what kind of princess? A whore princess? Okay. And then her sidekick was a monkey. And it was just as corny. It was corny. The look wasn't nothing. It was all about, I think her whole whole look was built around being able to have her ass out. So she could have a thong on and be naked. Corny. Trinity and Farrah. Trinity Farrah and also Shea Coulee embodied water princesses. It was so funny. Trinity was really good. Hers was her name was Horella Octopussy, and she was very much that way. Of course, you know she was stunning. This is what I'm talking about. This is the Trinity that I see on Instagram. Stunning. She looked like she had been airbrushed. She had all this other things going on. Her outfit had like a tearaway concept to it, where it broke all the way down to a swimsuit. It looked like like a mermaid gown, but it broke down into a swimsuit, and it was like a perfect fit. The makeup was very Neptune-ish. It was good. It was good. She looked like a living, breathing cartoon. It was good. And then her sidekick was Stanky the starfish, and it was like the starfish was really, really backwater, a mess. It was funny. It was funny. She did a real good job with it. She actually ended up winning the challenge, so it was really good. Everybody liked it. Farrah literally whined the whole time. Whine. Eureka ended up helping her with her challenge, which was nice of Eureka. She's damn near doing it for her. Showing her to glue fabric onto the bra and all that. And it was very lackluster. From here up, it looked nice. From here down, it wasn't nothing. It was basically like they got her and told her, girl, is that fabric wrapped around your waist? Because that's what that looks like. It looks like fabric wrapped around your waist. And I can swear a few seasons we've seen girls get let have it about having fabric wrapped around their waist. Tawdrick was the one that let her have it. I was like, so true. So that just wasn't good. And that whining got on my nerves. So Fair, I'm going to need you to stop that, bitch. I'm going to throw you in the trash because that's just ridiculous. Eureka was good. Eureka, both her things were good. They were funny. Her look, she did a whole, like a sewage queen. It was like she had sewer rats and roaches and shit on her. It was interesting. Aja's was ghetto fab, some type of ghetto fab something. It was more like a banji. She was trying to do like a banji girl thing. It was like orange and it had this terrible fake fur. It was awful. Awful. The hair, everything about that look was just fucked up. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it at all. Charlie Hides was really, really good, and it was really funny. She's funny. She is a true live comedy queen. So I really like Charlie's presentation. Nina Bonina, I thought was fabulous. She did a whole like a Martian princess. I was here for it. Cynthia was just okay, nothing really to talk about. Shea Coulee, of course, the gown was fabulous. When I tell you that bitch had a mermaid tail gown, which I love our mermaid tail gown, just like what she had, that bitch was giving you poof. Josephine Baker style, can't walk, Morticia style, easing through the crowd style. Waist cincher was done. It looked like watery flames or something. She's a costume designer. It was together. Now I didn't understand the no boobs thing, but nobody said nothing. They didn't say a thing about it, but I didn't understand it. I didn't know why. I don't know if it was a fitting problem that happened at the last minute, or if there was a purpose of no boobs. But there was no boobs. I don't know. I didn't get that, but that was good. Valentina, child, it was good. It was good. It was nice and shady. Her little her little floating head thing was real shady and funny, but her look, she looked like an icy underwater princess. Of course, she had the stockings with the rhinestones all in them, and she just looked pretty, like a pretty piece of glass. Like you should have just taken her and sat her up in a curio stand. She looked very, very pretty. Um, like I said, Trinity was fabulous and funny. Sasha, I don't know about Sasha. I don't really know what to say about Sasha, but Sasha's alter ego little thing was like a little ogre, and it was bad because I kept looking away and looking back. Her princess just looked like that same ogre with some lipstick on, so it just didn't come across. She didn't look pretty at all to me. It was very um it was ugly. I couldn't get with it. I couldn't get with it. It was giving me ogre tease. It really, really was. It was giving me ogre tease. I couldn't get with it. Alexis, nothing to talk about. Peppermint, they loved it. For me, it just looked like a pile of junk. It really did. Patton, she had like latex and she had tulle and she had some other shit going on. But she said it was fire and she had this whole story together about catching the house on fire, catching the kitchen on fire. And her story, they bought it. She explained it. They bought it. They got it. Hey, whatever. Safe is safe is safe. Me personally, I didn't get it. It looked like a pile of junk to me, but okay, baby, it's cool. Then they went on into the bottom two was Aja and Kimura. Like I told you, Trinity won. And they did I Need a Hero. And of course, Aja slayed Kimura. Slayed her. It was time to go. Goodbye. Goodbye, Kimura. And then now this is the best. Oh, let me talk about this. Kimura. Well, no, let me say this. Kimura is gone, so of course you know that would make me happy. Until I watched Untucked. When I watched Untucked, then we actually got to see the actual real Kimura with the bitch filter taken off. And at the end, like when her confidence level was down and she had her bitch face off where she saw she was fucking up and she could see the end nearing. She could literally see the clearing in the woods where the bus was going to pick her up. She became much more likable. It's too fucking late now. Too late. She seemed just as sweet as she was going out. So it's like when she took her makeup off and she was just the boy, she was cool. But as soon as she put lipstick on, I wanted to throw a brick at her. Oh, that was so weird to me. And I felt so, I don't know, I kind of felt bad about saying the things that I had thought about her while she was doing it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't hang out with her as a boy. What you brought to me is your girl, and your girl is a bitch, and I don't care for her. But it was sad. That was sad to me. I thought that was just fucked up. But let's talk about Rue real quick, and then we're going to close this on up. It must have been, I said last week that it looked like, we had the real highlight and all that, and it looked like Rue had gained weight or something, and maybe they were trying to disguise it. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the gown. Maybe they did more padding on Rue for that specific gown. But when Rue hit the runway this week, that bitch was snatched, and it was the old Rue. She always has her hourglass, but she looked, her regular size. So I don't know if maybe the designer that did the dress, because she usually uses the same designer, I don't know what went on, but it was weird. It was really weird. But we'll say this, bitch, you were back like you usually be, bitch. That bitch tore that motherfucking runway up. She looked absolutely breathtaking this week. And she looked really good last week. It was cool, but it just looked like she just had gotten thicker, and it was just kind of strange with the lighting and stuff. I don't know, but the bitch looked lovely, and you know I think she got the baddest wigs ever. Ever, ever, ever. But anyway, but let me say this. Going out, of all the princess looks, the person who had the most fierce princess look that none of them could get with, and I couldn't stop looking at her, so nobody really, really impressed me, Michelle Visage. Michelle Visage had what looked like a version of Maleficent that bitch you didn't want no motherfucking part of. So the baddest princess from week 3 was Michelle Visage. And y'all know I gives Michelle a hard time. But Michelle was done. All her little black, her headpiece and her makeup. That neck piece, girl, send it on to me to my P.O. Box, honey. That motherfucking Michelle Visage was done. That was the baddest princess. Was one sitting right there on the podium alongside of the judges. Michelle tore that up. All right, anyway, I'm done for the week. I will talk to you guys next week.